It's beautiful. It wouldn't be right if we didn't acknowledge those of our students who go out into the world, and we want to maintain that connection. And so I'm pleased that we have added last year and now continuing a tradition of having an alumni speaker as part of Convocation. I'm pleased to be able to introduce Michelle Frieswick-Johnson, who is a licensed professional counselor and a certified Gestalt psychotherapist. She graduated from the Transpersonal Counseling Psychology program in 2002 and specializes now in parent coaching, teens, and individuals. She has been a mental health professional since 1988 and has a thriving private practice in Louisville. Over the past 8 years, Michelle has been a guest speaker at Naropa on the topic of how to create a private practice. Additionally, she has been a guest workshop facilitator for her Creating an Abundant Private Practice workshop. Please welcome Michelle back to campus.
Hello, welcome Naropa students 2010. I am sort of wowed and awed at this moment because I've been sitting here feeling a multitude of emotions that I didn't anticipate. So I'm very grateful for my mindfulness practice because I've been breathing very deeply. I would like to thank President Stuart Lord for inviting me to do this, because this is a great honor to be the person of the alumni to give the address. It's pretty outstanding. So I've put a lot of thought into what I wanted to share with you today, and of course I have to draw from my own personal experience. So 11 years ago, I sat right where you're sitting. We were facing that way though. And I, like you, was sitting here full of anticipation, curiosity, and vibrating, even now, vibrating with a vision of what I came to Naropa for. There's something in you that has said, yes, I'm going to Naropa University. And it is that piece that I want to speak about and that I want to share with you today, of taking your vision that you have now and moving it to form. I ask you, how well do you know your vision? In this moment, what do you know inside you that says yes to being here, to choosing this place in your life? How do you grow this vision? And what do you do to nurture it and feed it so it continues to grow from this vibrating place that you are in right in this moment? How do you root it and sustain it in such a way that your vision in this moment begins to be and become a form that is more extraordinary than you can imagine it in this very moment? What do you need to pay attention to? What do you need to do? What are the tools that you need to have to grow your vision into this beautiful form, however many years later? For me, my experience at Naropa brought, I believe, to light at least 5 pieces, 5 principles that I would like to share with you that answers those questions. First is mindfulness, and you will hear this word so often that it might actually become something that background noise or trivial in some way. But I can tell you now, that is the keystone of my successes in my life, professionally and personally, to date. For me, mindfulness has so much to do, and people obviously do workshops and study all their lives. So for my little self on the planet, what mindfulness has meant to me and how I utilize it is it draws a space inside my cluttered mind and brings such clarity and it quiets my mind. And it helps me see the spaciousness. It softens my gaze, softens my judgments, and allows me to see things in my life and in my mind with such clarity and closer to the root and to the core of my path. That mindfulness piece is a practice that I continue to use to this day. From this mindfulness, 4 other pieces have flowed from there that I want to share as well. The first is passion, and looking around and listening to everybody speak, hearing words like aliveness and freshness and being able to have a beginner's mind are exactly what passion, it's the seat of your motivation. It is where you draw from your creativity and you grow, and it motivates you in such a way that you believe the impossible is possible. Hold on to that right now. You have this passion, hold on to it. Even when you feel exhausted and tired and feel confused, hold on to that passion. The next is fierce discernment. Not just discerning, but fierce, a ferociousness. And what that means for me is it cuts through all the things that cloud your brilliance. And the fierceness about it is that you continue to choose to stand in that over and over and over again. And that you were fierce about that. I learned what being a warrior was like from being at Naropa. And you will experience that. You will discover that yourself. Be open to that. Allow yourself to expand in that and feel how alive you can feel in that. And the next one is gratitude. And for me, gratitude is, it's like the roots. It's constantly there for me. And I think about my time at Naropa and how hard I tried and how I was trying to integrate so many different pieces of information that were basically blowing me wide open. I took a holotropic breathwork workshop and I was never the same. And it's that place of when I would go into contracting around, oh, I don't know if this is right, I don't know this material, I don't know that I believe this, and then gratitude. Gratitude opens. Gratitude opened me to a place where I could say, the next one would be trust. I'm going to trust what's arising, what I'm learning, how I'm bouncing around in my mind and trying to understand how do I use this new knowledge in my life. And so that final piece is trust. Trust your unfolding. Trust right now that you've chosen Naropa for the right reasons. Trust that you will unfold exactly the way you should be on this planet, in this universe, in this moment. And it's all these pieces that I believe, for me, have been incredibly impactful in such a way that have moved my vision into extraordinary form in my life. And I invite each of you to know what that vision is, to articulate it in such a way that you can just feel it in your bones. And that you stay connected to that through your passion, through your fierce discernment, through continual gratitude for the tribe that your community in here that you're creating. And that you trust this entire process. And it is those pieces that I love to offer to you as an alumnus out in the world. It works. And I'm eternally grateful for my experience here, and I wish each of you an abundance of wealth and health. And thank you again for this opportunity. Be well.